Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Today we are in the secret spot because we are going to do a 45 videos in 45 days video, and this is actually where we started. It's also one of my favorite spots, this secret spot. It is my secret spot after all, right? So I'm going to answer some questions about what we're riding, as a lot of people have wondered what we are riding. So let's get into it. First, everyone can have a reminder where the secret spot is. We're in Island Lake. This is the secret spot. I believe this lake is actually Kent Lake. Well, let's take a look at this scooter. Our scooter is the Segway Ninebot Max G30p, and it is a Gen 2. This is not a brand deal video or anything close, unfortunately. But let's take a look and I'll show you some features on this thing. Starting with how you know it is a Gen 2. Well, back here on your motor wheel, if your serial number starts with a 9, it is a Gen 2. And what that means is it has a little bit better motor than the Gen 1. Unfortunately, I wrote some really cool facts about this and left it at home, so let's go ahead and remember from memory. Has a top speed of about 20 miles per hour, and you can actually access different speed modes. Here we can see we're in sport mode, but there's an app that comes with it which lets you change the speed modes. It has a lever action throttle, which is like this, so you don't have to twist for a throttle. Braking is the brake lever here, which activates a disc brake on the front wheel. Let's see if we can look at it. A disc brake on the front wheel, and then in the back will be an electronic brake on your motor wheel. It does have a headlight that you can turn on. It's kind of bright right now, so we won't be able to see it. And it also has a tail light, which to my knowledge is always on. You might be able to turn it off in the app, but when you engage the brake, it flashes to let everyone know you're braking. And the scooter does fold down, so let's see if I can demonstrate that. And this is a foldable scooter, so let's fold it down. You just unclip that safety clip, it's plastic, release that lever, and you hook your top hook here into this rear thing, and then you're good to go. All folded down. The weight on this is around 40-something pounds, which seems like a lot, but it has a really big battery because of the range that it's capable of. Online it says you get a range of about 40 miles, but I have come closer to 50 with regenerative braking and also just regeneration coming down hills, driving very conservatively. Unfolded like this, it is 47.5 inches tall. It is 45.9 inches long, and it is 18.6 inches wide. At its widest point, that might include the kickstand. It also claims to have a top speed of 18.6 in sports mode, but I have consistently made 20 miles per hour. It also has these reflectors on the front and rear, left and right sides, as well as some fenders to keep the weather off of you. And everything is sealed, including this battery door. The charger is actually just a plug that goes into this flap, which is nicely gasketed. Please don't mind this grass all over this. I had to cut across the grass to get to this spot. So what do I think about it? I think it's a whole lot better than the original scooters I bought. I love this scooter, and the only thing that has ever been a problem for me was the fender makes a vibration sound because I probably need to retighten it or something. But if you've watched my videos, you know that you can just kick it and it will stop making that sound. So what do I wish this had, if anything? I wish it had some suspension, because there's no suspension on this model. If you hit cracks in a sidewalk, you definitely feel it. And it's not the worst thing in the world, but if you're trying to film, for instance, it shakes you pretty hard. The retail price right now of about $6.99 at Best Buy or $9.99 regular price. It's also made out of steel, if I didn't say that yet, so it is a very solid scooter. In fact, check out this weld. Very nice welds. The deck is very nice too. I don't have any problems with my feet slipping off or it being too narrow. With all those things mentioned, Segway Ninebot also now has a G2 Max, which has a front suspension and a rear suspension, a slightly faster motor, as well as, instead of this bell, it gives you a horn. It also gives you turn signals in the front and the rear, so you can activate turn signals on their new model, as well as a horn, which this one does not have. Also on their new model, you can get up to 900 something watts, and this one is only 350-ish. So the new one has a stronger motor by a lot. It has a suspension, which I feel like would be amazing. It can support a little bit more weight, and has a higher top speed with all the other features I mentioned. So that is what we've been riding for the past couple years actually, but since we've been on YouTube, 45 days. This is our 45th video, 45 days in a row. And I actually might be going out of town here tomorrow for a couple days, so we might not have a video tomorrow, but we might. So we'll see. So in case you did not see my first video with the secret spot, here's a view from where I've been talking at the secret spot. And if you'd like to see more of that, it is in the first video. So thank you to everyone for coming along today. Thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos and subscribing and liking. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun time. I usually say I'll see you tomorrow in the next video, but like I said, I might be going out of town, so it might not be tomorrow. But I might have something tomorrow still. We'll see. Either way, if you haven't seen all the videos, you can go check them out, or I will see you in the next video I make. Thanks again. Here is a boat coming across the lake. The sun is really in our eyes here, but here's a closing view from the secret spot. And the scooter.